Hello, Magic players. It's Corntime60, that corny guy, back again. You know what? I liked having Arena open just for the background noise, but this video, I guess, won't have any background noise, and that's probably good because it's blue. Blue doesn't deserve background noise. Alright, so I'm going through all the cards of Brothers War that are spoiled, as it were, on Wizards' official website. I think it's all of them by now, since the set's dropping in like 3 days. Maybe 2 by the time I post this. I would like to get all these done by tomorrow evening. Without further ado, let's look at the blue. Air Marshal. 2 mana, 2/1, 3 mana, target creature gains flying until end of turn. There's gonna be a lot of flying in this set. I could already tell looking at white, but really. That's decent. This card is okay. Alright, Curate. 2 mana, Surveil 2. Look at the top 2. Put any number in your graveyard and the rest back on top. Draw a card. Aha! This must be one of the ancient keys to... No, wait, it's just another puzzle toy. That's kind of funny. So, Surveil 2, draw a card. Pretty good. Pretty good. Especially if you want things in your graveyard. Like, if you're Reanimator, this can be the trick, you know? I like this. Very strong. Not sure how great it'll be in draft. Still decent, though. Defabricate. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. If a spell is countered this way, exile it. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Seems really good. Seems really good and limited, because I think everyone's going to run artifacts. I think every single person in this set is going to run artifacts, and being able to counter an artifact seems really strong. Desynchronize. Target non-land permanent puts it on the... Target non-land permanent's owner puts it on the top or bottom, scry 2. He was set adrift in the currents of time. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's decent. It's not super duper. The scry makes it good, I guess. I don't know. It's good blue removal and limited. I'll say that much. I would pick a Desynchronize if I am in blue and I don't have good removal. Drafna. Alright. 2 mana, 2/1. Founder of Latinam. Alongside his wife Hercule, Drafna built a legacy of scholarship that endured for millennia. No, it didn't. Everything just got reversed. We're back in time now. Alright, 2 mana, tap. No, not tap. 2 mana, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. There's no infinite combo with that, obviously. Whatever. Setting that aside, let's try to keep draft-minded. 3 tap, copy target artifact spell you control. That's fair, because you actually do need a lot of mana for it. Now, in a format like Commander, that's just nuts, right? But in a format like Draft, he is a 2-drop 2/1, so you probably still pick him anyways. On the off chance you get to use his 3-tap, then it's broken. So, very good card. Probably a good first pick. Phylagi Archaeologist. So there's like different factions, I guess. It's not just the 2 factions. There's more than that. When it enters, mill 3. You may put a non-creature, non-land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1 counter on this. 2 mana, 1/4. Right? Or a 2 mana 0/3 and you get a spell, non-creature, non-land, from your top 3. Pretty decent either way, actually. 5. Flow of Knowledge. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. Pooh, draw 5 or 6, then discard 2? Seems legit. Do you hold a piece of the ocean or 1,000 drops of rain? Bro, I don't know. Hercule, as in Hercule's Recall. Do not reprint Hercule's Recall. Alright, Forging the Anchor. See, this is lore, so I guess... And all this stuff I'm just kind of making up. The whole idea is the Phyrexians were taking over Dominaria. Teferi sent himself back in time, or like reverse time or something, and now there's an anchor. Let's see. The metal turned and blossomed with Saheeli's will, each filigree twist bringing the temporal anchor closer to completion. So the temporal anchor is supposed to be like, alright, this is the timeline. No more fucking with timelines. That's what I'm guessing the temporal anchor would be. Alright, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of artifact cards from among them and put them into your hand. Seems okay? Seems kind of like this should put an artifact onto the battlefield, but I get it. Probably not super duper in draft. Alright, Hurkyl, Master Wizard. Is Hurkyl a chick, or is that a dude? Still can't tell. I'm gonna assume Hurkyl is a dude. Hurkyl just is more of like a manly name in my mind. And what's up with the one guardrail being behind the... Like, that doesn't make sense, that the other guardrail is behind the wall. Alright. Beginning of your instep, if you've... First of all, he's a 3-mana 2/4. Beginning of your instep, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. So if you've cast an instant, you get an instant from the top 5. If you've cast a sorcery, you get a sorcery. If you cast an artifact, you get an artifact. I get it. I get it. Hurkyl's Final Meditation. As long as it's not your turn, it costs 3 more to cast. Thought it was going to be less. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. End the turn. 10 mana, bounce everything into your turn. Seems legit. That's kind of fun. Hurkyl's crazy. First Hurkyl's Recall, now Hurkyl's Final Meditation. Alright, involuntary cooldown. Tap up to 2 target artifacts and or creatures. Put 2 stun counters on each of them. Back to the Ivory Towers. This won't hold for long. I mean, it's decent if you want to slow the game down. Actually good for getting in the final points of damage if you're kind of aggressive. Alright, Keeper of the Cadence. 5 mana, 2/5. 3, put target artifact, instant, or sorcery card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. So this is the avoid milling yourself out card, I guess. Koilos Rock. 5 mana, 3/3, flash flying. When it enters, get a Power Stone. Very solid. Very solid card. Definitely worth picking this, I think. This is good. 5 mana, 3/3 flying. It's the Storm Geist or whatever it's called, but you also get a mana. Alright, Latinam Adept. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1 counter on it. Not as good as some of the other cards we've seen that have that effect, but as a hill giant that gets bigger, might be worth it. Spell costs 1 less to cast if you control an artifact creature. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Machine over matter. That's so silly. This is good. Good little bounce spell. One with the multiverse is drawing my eyes, but I'm going to try to keep going in order. Mightstone's Animation. 4 mana. Enchant artifact, draw a card. Enchant artifact has base power and toughness 4/4. Okay, so it's the Run with Scissors card. I don't even remember the name of it. I just know it as the Run with Scissors card. It's the Run with Scissors card, except it's not 2 mana. The thing is a 5/5. The thing is a 4/4 instead of a 5/5, and you draw a card. Potentially good and limited, actually. Alright. One with the Multiverse. 8 mana enchantment. Look at the top card of your library at any time. Play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Yeah, that's broken. Okay. But it's a mythic, and you probably wouldn't even run it in limited because it's 8 mana. I wonder if there will be a standard deck with that. I kind of doubt it, unless there's a way to cheat it in. Alright, Retrieval Agent. 4 mana, 2/5, 2 mana, Retrieval Agent gets +1/-1 until end of turn. It's okay. It's okay. Like, yeah, this is an okay card. I don't think it's that great, though. Alright, onward. Scatter Ray. Counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4. Whoo! Bam! Scatter Ray. That thing's really strong. I will pick that if I'm in blue. Yeah. Alright, onward. Sky Strike Officer. More tribal soldiers. Is there just like 5-color soldiers? Is that what they're trying to push or something? Oh, there's a new Teferi. Let's try to ignore him for now. Alright, 3 mana, 2/3 flying. Whenever it attacks, create a 1/1 soldier. Tap 3 soldiers, draw a card. Tap 3 soldiers, draw a card seems pretty good. Splitting the Power Stone as additional cost to cast this spell. Sacrifice an artifact. Create 2 tap Power Stone tokens. If the sacrificed artifact was legendary, draw a card. Seems kind of niche. I mean, flavorful and cool, right? But I don't know. Not that great, I don't think. Stern Lesson, 3 mana, draw 2 cards, discard a card, create a tapped Power Stone token. Honestly, perfect. This card is great. I like it. Nothing more to say. Take Flight, 4 mana, enchanted, creature gets +1/+, has flying, and whenever it attacks, draw a card. Although neither brother cared to admit it, flying the Ancient Thopter was their last happy moment together. Cool. Alright, new Teferi. 5 mana, 4 loyalty. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on him. Well, you know what? Where's that thing? Flow of Knowledge. So, if you run this with the Teferi, you just ult it like the second turn. 0, draw a card. Which is really +1 draw a card, kind of. You know what I mean. -2, create a 2/2 blue spirit creature token with whenever you draw a card, put a +1 counter on this creature. Busted. Wide open. That's an actually powerful creature. -12, target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to its owner's hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into its owner's library. Busted. But again, it's a mythic. You're not going to see it very often and limited. And it could also just die, you know? Dun, dun, dun. So, 3 mana, Third Path Servant. 3 mana, 2/3, 7 mana, draw 2 cards. I dig it. It's like the Invokers. It's an Invoker, kind of. Except it costs 1 less. There's multiple copies of the same legend in the set, and I really don't like that. I really don't like having multiple Urza and like multiple Loran and stuff. That bothers me. They're supposed to be legends. Just let them be legendary. Sorry. Bit of a tangent. Alright, Thopter Mechanic. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever you draw your second card, it gets a +1. Very cool. When it dies, you get a Thopter. You want me to install a seatbelt? Please, you're lucky to get a seat. It's kind of bitchy. Alright, seems like a good card, though. Urza, Power Stone Prodigy. 3 mana, 1/3 vigilance, 1 tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifacts, create a Power Stone. Triggers only once each turn. Seems good. You get to ramp and loot and ramp. Urza's Command. 4 mana, choose 2. Creatures you don't control get -2/0. Create a Power Stone. Create a construct with power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control, or scry 1 and draw a card. Yeah. Seems legit. You probably, depending on the situation, draw a card and make the construct. Right, Urza's Rebuff. 3 mana, counter a spell or tap 2 creatures. Yeah, that's the cancel of the set. Seems good. Let's see. Weak Stone Subjugation. Who has the Weak Stone and who has the Might Stone? It looks like Urza has the Might Stone. And Mishra has the Weak Stone. Whatever. Alright, weak stun subjugation enters. You may pay 3 if you do tap the thing. Okay, it's Bubble Snare. This is Bubble Snare. Except it can hit artifacts. Onward. Wing Commando. 3 mana, 2/2, flying prowess, human soldier. Yeah, it's okay. Prowess with soldier creature type seems weird to me, but whatever. Zephyr Sentinel. 2 mana, 2/1, flash flying. Already good. When it enters, return up to one other target creature you control to its owner's hand. If it was a soldier, put a +1 counter on Zephyr Sentinel. Oh, that's pretty good. So it can bounce one of your other things and buff itself. Alright, Arcane Proxy. Alright, it's a mythic. 7 mana, 4/3, or a 3 mana, 2/1. When it enters, if you cast it, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to Arcane Proxy's power from your graveyard. Wait, what? When it enters, if you cast it, exile as a mana. Copy that, you may cast the copy. So it's like a weird Snapcaster Mage. This is like a really weird Snapcaster, right? So it's like a 3 mana, 2/1 that lets you cast a 2 or less instant or sorcery. Or it's a 7 mana, 4/3 that lets you cast a 4 mana or less instant or sorcery. I feel like you're always going to prototype this. Of course, if you blink it, whew. Wait, it's when it enters. If you cast it. Oh, that's how they get around it. Okay. Okay, Coastal Bulwark. 2. I like how they put it in the blue section, even though it's not technically a blue card. It's very cool looking, though. 2 mana, 1/3 defender. It gets +2/0 as long as you control an island. And you can pay 2 tap, surveil 1. Not good. It's not a good card, but it's a very cool card. Alright, Combat Courier, 1 mana, 1/1, 2 sacrifice it, draw a card, unearth for a blue. I like that. I like that card a lot. Because you can potentially draw 2 cards off of it, but you'd have to pay a lot of mana. And the sacrifice effect is instant speed, so it's an ideal chump blocker. Alright, Depth Charge Colossus, 9 mana, 9/9, doesn't untap, pay 3, untap it. Prototype, 6 mana, 6/6, same thing. Very much, Pacific Rim vibes, but that's okay. It's pretty cool. Hulking Metamorph. Okay. 9 mana, 7/7, or 4 mana, 3/3. You may have an area of the battlefield as a copy of an artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact creature, and its power and toughness are equal to Hulking Metamorph's power and toughness. So this is a 4 mana copy, and wait a minute. That seems busted. Because you can use it to copy what? Could still Legend Rule out. But you could play it as, like, 4 mana, 3/3. Okay, maybe it's not that strong, actually. Maybe it's not that strong, actually. Because I don't know what you would copy. You could copy something with flying, and then it would have flying, but that's not that great. Alright, onward. Spotter Thopter, that's kind of fun. 8 mana, 4/5, or a 4 mana, 2/3. When it enters, scry X, where X is its power. A 4 mana, 2/3 flying that lets you scry 2. It's not bad. Alright, Surge Engine. 2 mana, 3/2 defender. Pay blue, it loses defender and can't be blocked. Wait, that doesn't say until end of turn. That does not say until end of turn. So this thing is just a 3 mana, 3/2 unblockable. Okay. Becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4. Also crazy. 6 mana, draw 3 cards. Activate only if it's blue and only once. So it's another one of those, like, level up type of cards, but not actual level up. The Temporal Anchor. The beginning of your upkeep, scry 2. Okay, whenever you choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of your library. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with the Temporal Anchor. It's actually not as good as I thought it would be for 6 mana. Like, you can put the things on the bottom and then exile them, and then you have to play them. Well, you can play them. I don't know. That's not very good. I don't really care about it. It's not... It doesn't do anything with time. Like, it doesn't do anything with anything that would make you take turns. If it said anything like... If it was like Ugin's Nexus and said players can't take extra turns, that would make more sense. Flavor fail, and not a very remarkable card, either, in my opinion. Alright, onward. Teresian Mindbreaker. It's pretty cool looking. 7 mana, 6/4. Whenever it attacks, defending player mills half their library rounded up, and it has Unearth for 4. I guess the idea is that you just unearth it. Unearth it and swing with it once, and that does the trick. Alright, let me read Temporal Anchor again, because like I like Teresian Mindbreaker, but Temporal Anchor just doesn't seem that good. I guess theoretically it gives you 2 extra cards a turn, lets you dig 3, but I'd rather have it just be a 6 mana artifact that says, at the beginning of your upkeep, draw 2 cards. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. What are the best commons? And I do like Combat Courier. Zephyr Sentinel also seems really strong. Urza's Command seems really strong. Thopter Mechanic and Third Path Servant seem good. Obviously, Teferi's insane. Scatter Ray seems like a really good counterspell. Latinum Adept and Koilos Rock are both pretty decent looking. I really like Koilos Rock. Seems pretty good to me. And Curate and Air Marshal are both also pretty solid. And that's all I have to say about the blue cards in this set. I thought there would be more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Peace out, y'all.